welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to talk about how to improve your art and drawing skills, but first I'll just talk a little bit about what I am drawing. So I am just sketching in my sketchbook for fun. I had no motivation to draw, so I was just like, let's just draw. We'll stay in my comfort zone, which I'll talk about later, and just let myself enjoy drawing. And now I really want to keep drawing, but I've got to get this video done, so it worked. So, as well as that, I am using a Prismacolor Veritone pencil in magenta. It doesn't erase or anything like that. And the sketchbook I am using is a Canson Mixed Media sketchbook. So, with that, let's begin. So, the first thing I'm going to say to improve your art is stay out of your comfort zone. I know I just said I was staying in my comfort zone, but that's because I really just did not feel like drawing, so I tried to just make it fun for myself, so comfort zone works. But yeah, stay out of your comfort zone. It'll push you to try new things, which will help you develop your skills. Staying in your comfort zone means you'll just be doing the same thing over and over and not really learn all that much. I am actually really bad for this myself. I generally just draw, stay in my comfort zone, and I definitely haven't improved as much as I could have. So I've really been trying to push myself with like posing and colours and just the overall composition and scenes of the drawing lately. You don't have to like just go completely whoosh, I'm gonna draw dogs. Sorry, I was trying to think, what can I use as an example? I'm gonna draw dogs instead of girls. And you just need to focus on one thing, like you always draw this side of the face. Try doing different face angles, or just do stuff that you're not comfortable with. Like, I'm really liking 3/4 faces at the moment because they're sort of my comfort zone. They're what I am good at and what make me happy. So that's all I'm drawing. So I'm not really getting other views of the head. Like, I'm trying to get better drawing down views and up views, and I'm not doing that well at them because I don't push myself to do them enough. Like, later on in this drawing, actually a little bit of real-time footage you saw at the start of this video, which is supposed to be looking down originally, but it didn't work. I didn't use references though, and we'll get to references now. So another way to improve is to use references. Generally, when using references, you don't want to just use one reference and base everything off that. If you can, grab multiple references. So if she's like holding a gun, so you've got like this pose you like, and it's just like, but I want the gun to be like this, so you find a different like arm movement and attach it to that, and like oh, but maybe the legs can be different, and then I don't know, just using multiple references to create a piece. You'll learn more about how to make stuff work as well. Generally I use poses, like model poses, to come up with poses. I really didn't word that well. But yeah, another good way to look at references, instead of just copying the outlines, also try, like if you're looking at people, try and figure out the structure of them. Like if you have a way you do a skeleton, like a little base drawing underneath your skin, try doing that, like drawing that over the reference, or even just look at the reference and then try draw it without having it in your view. There's just different ways you can push yourself to really think. If you're just copying it, yet again, you're not learning as much as well. You've still got to push yourself to do it in different ways. Like you can draw it upside down, or try drawing the pose from a different view. Or like you've got the reference picture, try drawing it from the back. Pretend it's like a 3D model, but you can't turn it around or anything. And another thing that can help you improve at drawing is drawing from life. It'll help you become more aware of how forms and colours work. Obviously, everything you want to draw won't be in front of you. In that case, you can use photos. Drawing from life is better though, as photos tend to be flat and lose the depth you're trying to achieve. For example, I usually use photos for poses, like I've just said. I really struggle getting the depth and perspective right when using photos for pose references. But I did a live drawing class at TAFE, while I was at TAFE, and it actually made the biggest difference. Like, it was just so much easier. You could actually see the depth, and I actually drew it. Like, it was in front of me, and it was so much easier than looking at a photo. And since that day, I never really realized that photos were flat. But since that live drawing session, that really actually made me aware that it is so much better if you can have a model in person to draw from that instead. But yeah, I'm actually surprised at how much of a difference doing the live drawing class made. I really want to do more live drawing classes as well. If you're trying to get better at drawing people, I'd highly recommend them. It's just so good. If you can't even, there is a website, lineofaction.com. That's generally what I use for practicing poses online. There's like class modes and everything, which is very similar to an actual live drawing class. Also, drawing daily. The more you draw, the more sort of like your hand's gonna get better at drawing this line this way or whatever. Like, you don't have to draw every day, but it will help if you do. Like, just even 20 minutes a day. That's pretty much what I'm aiming for at the moment. I am trying to draw every day, even if it's just one page in my sketchbook. If it's a full piece of artwork, awesome, but yeah. Also, don't worry about drawing perfectly. You're going to get more out of quantity than quality. So it's sort of like quantity over quality. Like, yes, you still want to strive for it to be good, but don't dwell on it too long. You're better off drawing the same thing, well, yeah, you're better off drawing the same thing like 20 times instead of just drawing it once, trying to get that one perfect, compared to drawing something 20 times. It's going to look a lot better at the end of that. Also, I keep saying also, sorry about that. I'm really bad at talking. Like, I've written down a script and I've stuck to it mostly. I usually don't do that many scripts, but I started this voiceover and I'm just like, I need a script. I really struggled with words coming up trying to explain what I meant with stuff, so I hope I am explaining this clearly. Now I'll actually mention some YouTubers and other art videos that I found really useful while learning and still find useful to this day. Now, the first one's going to be an obvious one. I assume if you're on my channel, you would have heard of Mark Crilly. But I realized one of my friends the other day, she's trying to get better at like manga and anime drawing, and she hadn't heard of Mark Crilly. And I was very surprised at that, so that's why I'm mentioning him. I thought he was someone everyone knew, but anyway, Mark Crilly, go check him out. He does these amazing anime manga, and he can draw realistically as well, like super photorealism almost, and it's amazing. He's probably one of the biggest YouTube artists if you haven't heard of him. I'm assuming you've heard of him. I'm just still amazed that someone hadn't heard of him. Another YouTuber that I've found really useful lately is Keenan Lafferty. He mostly works in Photoshop sort of drawings, but he has a really unique anime style as well that he does in Photoshop. It's really interesting, and I enjoy looking at it. He does so many different art styles too. And he has like this thing at the moment that's like concept artist boot camp, and he's just going through all you need to know from like a lot of the things I find at the moment looking at tutorials on YouTube. I know almost everything that I've seen, so it's rare finding videos I haven't, like, there's new stuff in them for me. Keenan Lafferty has new stuff in every video for me, or even if it's stuff that I know, he just explains it in a different way that clicks for me. All his videos, he has long videos and they're mostly in real time, so I highly recommend him. Another person to get better at like anatomy and muscles and all that sort of stuff, check out Proko. I can't say his full name. I'll put links to these in the description as well so you can find them. But Proko goes really in depth. Like, he has lots of free videos, he also has a premium course, but I've been slowly going through the free videos. I need to do it more, I've been really bad with it. Shh. But seriously, he actually has helped with anatomy so much. Anyway, thank you for watching this video. I hope some of these tips can help you improve at drawing, and I hope to see you next week on Friday, that's this week, for another video. Bye!